Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is October 23rd, 2025, and this is just a quick trade review. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, I'm going to look at a trade that I was in and I did this morning. Um, I didn't execute it the best. But bottom line, as I always tell people, did you make money? As long as you make money, that's all that really matters and all. So let's take a look at this. And again, it's something. I got a nephew that wants to learn a little bit about trading, so I need to start getting. I want to start putting more videos out like this, how I look at the market, for scalping the market, for swing trading the market, for day trading type stuff, and all. And me and him, when I get together with him, we'll talk about more long-term type stuff and all at that time. But I won't be throwing any of that type stuff out here. And still, when I talk about the dividend stuff, it'll be a little bit more long-term type thing. Because again, if you buying dividends, sometimes you're buying them to hold. Sometimes you should. Well, sometimes you may be buying them just for the trading, for the dividends. And all it's all based on how what your trading plan and your trading strategy is all about. But here, what I want to talk about on this particular, this is the IWM, the Russell 2000. You know, guys, I like looking at the indexes and stuff, so that's what I'm looking at here right now. The other thing here, it made it last week. The day is Thursday. I lose track of your days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today is Thursday, and we had a pretty good drop this past Friday back here, and we ended up seeing like we hit a support area, or what we can call a demand area, because it got here and then it started bouncing and going back up. And this is where I kind of like created, okay, since we had this supply over here that sold off and caused this whole drop and all, I start putting levels up here where should I, based on my trading plans and my trading strategies, where should I, if I'm going to be selling the market at the top, where should I be selling it at when it gets there and all. You know, and it's up, this 250 is the one that you saw here a week ago or so. This is the level and all. So that's kind of like my overall sell level. Now what the market has to develop an overall demand level for me and all. I saw this yesterday where the market came down and dipped here, which is matching up with this back here. So now this ends up being a demand level, a support level, and all for me. So this morning we can see pre-hours the market was coming up. Then it comes down a little pullback. This is hourly chart and bounces here pre-hour. So again, another little demand area. Let me erase this. It's getting kind of messy. So we end up establishing another little demand area at what I call a setup for one of what I call my oh my God trades. And I didn't execute it that well, so that's why I'm not going to show the trade. But like I said, I made money. And I always get out of my trades too early, or I get into them too late. I'm not. It's hard. I should do better. I do better at times, but lately I just haven't been doing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But this is it right here. And what are we looking at here? I'm gonna go ahead and erase this. I'm gonna go ahead and go down to so that's the overall picture. Overall picture, you end up setting up some supply level, resistance level, some demand level, some support levels, and all. And this was support level, but it didn't come out. It rolled over, and the other little demand level that I didn't highlight too much was this right here. This little area here in the market, pre-hour, I mean post-hour, after the market close and all. So that was kind of like key to me this morning too and all when I was looking at things. So let me delete this again, because again what you end up here, you have a drop, rally, base, then it started rallying yesterday after the market closed, and then this morning a little bit. Then you got a little drop back down here close to this area where it based, this little demand area, and then you're looking, so okay, if you come back down there again, I expect these buyers to come in, and I expect this market to go back to the upside and all. Well, they started off to the upside, missed that and all, but when it comes back down here, Be ready, be ready, be ready. And the other thing that was going on here, now I'm ready to go down to a smaller time frame, switch the screens up a little bit, and where you can see the intraday type thing that I was looking at. Let me do it like this. Let me zoom in like this, and let me go down to my 5-minute time frame. And go down to my 5-minute time frame. And why I call it my oh my God type trade is now here on this smaller time frame, you can see, this market dropped here and all. These are my custom pivots, and this is the pivot. One of my rules is above pivot, stay above pivot. So a lot of times I like taking that trade when it comes down to pivot, expecting a bounce. Nothing is 100%. Nothing happens this way all the time. It's just when this morning when it happened, it helped me, I'll say stay in my trade because I was already in, before it got here. But what we see here, we see a small little double bottom. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit more now. On this 5-minute time frame, you can see a small little double bottom. Let me erase all that. And when I say double bottom, I'm talking about this bottom here and this bottom here. And on my 5-minute time frame, that's why I like this time frame, is it's enough information here to say, for me, to say, okay, is this real? And once you get your confirmation, and then once you break above this little W pattern, some of us know about these W patterns, and it's a go. So that's why, again, right at open, as soon as I saw this thing pull back, and I should have been watching my options and taking the price right on that second 5-minute candle. As soon as I saw this thing coming back above, this line right here is an opening line. That's all it is, just where the market opened at. You can see it based on back over here. This is where the market opened at. That's all it is. These green lines are my custom pivot lines. These are some of my first target, second target type things and stuff. And you got one on the downside also. But the key thing that happened here was when the market, I did miss that trade, but once it comes back down and all, you expect maybe this little demand area, I just say maybe, give you a hint, that this little demand area is going to take off for you. And when it doesn't and all, you kind of say, oh boy, I should have waited and all. And based on your other indicators that you may have, you'll realize you should have waited and stuff. So again, I get where I don't panic and all, because again, you go through your 5-minute panic rule and all. In 5 minutes, you see it coming down, then you see it bouncing in an area where you expect it to bounce and all, and it bounces, and then boom, you get your run back up. And now the thing is, you're double topping. Double topping, this top here, this top here, and that's it. Look at that. And you end up with that. But that's it. That's pretty much all I really want to share. It's kind of like learn to see these demand areas, see these real areas in the market where you're going to be getting some kind of demand in the market. Learn to see these areas up here at the top, when you can see that maybe your trade is done if you're long, or maybe it's time to go short if you're ready to go short. And that is it. Learn to what I try to, when I work with people, I say learn to just see the market. When you learn to see the market and all, and what it does and how it does it, now let's develop some strategies around what we are seeing happening out there. If you want to buy, if you want to sell, if you want to trade options, you want to trade a stock, you want to trade a future contract, whatever you want to trade at that time, that's what you got to, that's where you need to get to. And that's it. This is Right Side Trader. Hope this is being helpful for some. Have any question, nephew, just give me a call and all, and we'll talk more about what we're seeing out here. Talk to you later. Bye.